to make this fairly brief because I've not got much memory on my phone. Couple of things. First of all, apologies for spamming all your news feeds with loads of videos, but I just want to get that message out that, you know, you're being told misinformation, and the agenda from the government is not based on the welfare of dogs. It's based on banning this collar. That's what that survey is heavily loaded towards. So, you know, I've just come out with the dog, really just let him have a last run out this evening. So, you know, I could have just made this video sat in front of the you know, sat in the car with the video on me just talking, but we'll get the dogs out, and you can see what we, you know, actually what we're talking about. Now, I've used that pager already on Max a couple of times because if I'd have let him just jump out of the van straight away, we would have probably gone after Belle. You know, I don't want him doing that. She's just nearly bit my fingers off because she's after this stuff. But yeah, you know, you've got to get realistic about this. You know, there are lots of people using these collars badly, and I just go so far as to say, if you're using a collar and you're not using a pager, you are not using it to its full potential at all. In fact, you're probably using it to your detriment. These collars amplify what you were doing. If your training is bad, it's going to make your training much worse. If your training is good, it's going to make your training much, much better. And I think that's really the angle you need to look at it from, because, you know, the wrong set of people have got their hands on this collar. If we're thinking corrections and stopping things and all that kind of thing, you are not using the collar in its most effective way at all. You're not. You've got to be able to start it. A couple of conversations I've had today on the back of my sharing that link on loads of different videos, one of which was somebody who's not really particularly bothered either way about the collar. They think that, you know, they're okay, but they're not for them. Oh, okay, that's fine. I haven't got a problem with that. But what they don't understand is, the lady said, I'm happy with the communication I've got. Well, that's fine if you're happy with it, but it could be better, you know. And I think people are scared of the collar, and they should be, because they're a powerful tool, and if you use them wrong, you are going to do damage to your dog. You know, I'm certainly not saying go out, buy an e-collar and start messing about with it. Don't do that at all. What I'm suggesting to you is you do need to find somebody who knows what they're doing to help you out. What I would also say is, if that person isn't straight away telling you to introduce the collar with the vibration, then they're not the right person to be listening to. I realise that I'm going to, you know, upset a lot of people by saying that, but I don't care. I genuinely believe that. I'd also say, you know, I'm not saying the pager is the be-all and end-all solution to all the behaviour problems. It's not. You know, that's the only reason why I'm even bothered about this. If the pager was a solution to it, I'd jump straight on the bandwagon and say, yeah, let's ban the stimulus. But it's not the case. Stimulus got its purposes, but those purposes are not communication. You know, you're using stimulus for communication, you are doing it wrong. It's outdated, things have moved on, and you can do so much more with the pager. You can get a much better result with the pager, and that's it. Another thing that was brought up, and I'm just going to move this camera back a little bit. I was speaking to a guy, and you know, his question was saying, well, you use the collar all the time, and I do use the collar all the time, and he was saying, well, you know, how is that going to help you if you want to do competitions or whatever, and you can't use the collar, well, yeah, it can. I mean, the thing is, at the end of the day, I'll hang the remote. There's the remote. I'll hang it on there, so I've not got it in my hand. At the end of the day, you know, what you're doing is practicing behaviours with the dog, practicing, and the collar helps you get those behaviours nice and exactly how you want them, so that you can do it. So I can still communicate with these dogs without the collar. I'm not reliant on the collar. The collar has helped me achieve what I want with them. So you see, I can, you know, just with body language, I can manipulate Max, and he's chosen, just because of what I'm doing, he's chosen to come into that position because he knows that I'm going to reward it. Belle's not so good, but even so, same with her, you know, if I help her along, she can do the same as well. But she's not as good, they're both rescues, and I'm not claiming that these are the best trained or behaved dogs by any stretch of the imagination, because they're absolutely not. And anybody that knows them knows exactly what I'm talking about. But they also know that how unmanageable they would be without the communication that the remote collar and specifically the pager gives. You know, they make bad choices, some more than others, Maxwell. You know, but it's a profound tool, and we can't just let it slip away based on some emotional rhetoric from people who honestly don't understand it. You know, and you can see what I've got going on over there now, and the remote's hanging on the camera, and I can stop that still. Better off if I've got the assistant, but I can still prevent it just by changing the dynamic. Maxie! Maxie! He says, and it falls to pieces. Maxie! But at one point I would not have been able to do that, and it is the repetition and the guidance that I've been able to give them with the collar that's enabled me to be able to do that. Well, so the response. We're on film here, guys. But, you know, I think another important point to note is that these dogs are not inhibited in any way around me. They are happy to act in free agency. I'm not saying they're playing there because I don't want them to practice doing that. And I can stop them from doing that. Belle. Belle. You're a nouse, aren't you? Hold on. I don't know. Anyway. Apologies for all the spam, and thank you very much for anybody that's liked. Thank you if you filled in the survey, and thank you if you've not unfriended me as a result of all the spam. I think I had 4 people have unfriended me since last night. I don't know why. Maybe just because of all the videos that I've just bombarded their newsfeed with. Maybe it's because of what I'm actually saying. If you know, I know that there are certainly still positive only trainers on my friends list, but quite a few. All I would say, you know, if you are experts in dog behaviour and dog body language and that, go on these videos that you have seen and point out where what I'm doing with the electronic collar is causing any issues at all, basically. You know, it's there. I've not made a big thing about when I've posted the videos up initially that it's been done with electronic collar training, but it has. And you know, if it's so bad, you should easily be able to point out the shortcomings in what I'm doing, and I would, you know, be happy to accept any criticism that you may have, as long as it's not based on a "oh my god, you're shocking your dog." I'm not shocking my dog to get it to comply with things, not at all. We're using the pager, we're using the vibration, we're using body language, we're using positive reinforcement. People need to get realistic about what you can and cannot achieve with a dog through positive only means. And if your positive only means you don't let the dog off the lead, then you're not that positive. You know, I watched a video the other day about saying no to dogs, and yeah, I fully agree with a lot that was said. But when you're putting the dog on a lead, or putting it on a long line, or you're restraining it in whatever way, you say no, you can't go any further forward. So be realistic and be honest about it. The other argument is with the generally the advocates of the e-collar is that the pager freaks dogs out, and the dogs find pages more aversive than stimulus. Well, that's just not true. If you're finding that, then you're doing something drastically wrong when you're introducing them. When I press the pager, my message isn't to stop dogs from doing anything. It is to start dogs to do something. So you're wrong, and that's all. That's all for now. And any questions, do feel free to contact me. I'm happy to answer anything that I can, anything you don't understand or whatever. We're off home now, so thanks, guys.